There we go. Welcome to Artclstudios, Drawing and Talking. We are live on Instagram and on YouTube. Joe Rosado, welcome to the live. So today we are talking insecurities. As an artist, as a person, as a writer, as any creative field that you're in, we are talking insecurities. And last night we spoke about fasting, and I just decided to talk about fasting because something that I was going through, but it just finished today. So tomorrow I can eat, not like a crazy guy, but I'll eat regularly. And why insecurities? We're talking insecurities because it just came in handy because my wife and I spoke already about it today. If you didn't catch that, live we did at 7:30, you will hear a little bit about it today, but more with a focus on art. All right, so let me just say hello to the people on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so. Artclstudios on YouTube. That's Artclstudios all together. And or you can just go to, hey Derek, welcome back, man. So we'll continue to talk about insecurities today, as we already spoke about earlier on my wife's live. So yeah, so if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, go right ahead and do so. youtube.com/Artclstudios. All right, so on that note, we will talk about insecurities while drawing Bugs Bunny. And I just posted Mickey Mouse just now, and it was kind of fun to kind of just go with something simple, something that I can finish in the live so it doesn't spend a lot of time. So we'll be drawing Bugs Bunny, and he has that meh, like why worry face, so thank you to all those coming in to the live. And I apologize if you don't like receiving my notifications when I go live, but if you do, I appreciate that. So insecurities, what is it to be insecure? Why do we become insecure? And how do we improve that state of mind? For the most part, insecurity comes from past events, things that happened to you in the past, and you never overcame it. All right, there we go. And before I start, I also want to say that because I'm streaming, the computer reacts a little slower than usual. Let me find some more people to send this to. Yeah, so it will be just a bit slow. Nevertheless, it won't stop me from creating. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's get into it. The mech, welcome to the live. All right, so we become insecure because of past experiences, and it is important for us to realize that the insecurities come because we're afraid to be ourselves. Most of the time because we are afraid to show that we make mistakes. So, if you let's see. Okay, there we go. If you don't think about the mistake, you won't feel so pressured to to be insecure. Hey Naruto, hey Jan, Carlos, welcome, welcome. So we're talking insecurities while drawing Bugs Bunny. Not Bad Bunny, although that's a good point. I'm gonna make Bugs Bunny into Bad Bunny. Alright, so let me just write it so I don't forget. Bad Bunny. I just redesigned Mickey if you want to check that out. I turned him into a boxer. So Bugs Bunny will be turned into Bad Bunny. I would wonder how that's going to turn out. Hey Macho, welcome. Derek, no worries. I'll be here till 11:30. Just a reminder to everyone coming in. I'll be here till 11:30. And again, we're talking insecurities. And, you know, insecurities is, like I mentioned, something that we are afraid to let go of, you know. If we are insecure about our weight, it's because someone told us we look that's different than they do. And automatically we become conscious about it. We don't feel comfortable how we look. So one way to overcome that is by, you know, not caring. To put it plain and simple, the less you care about people's opinion, the more secure you will become. Although I'm not always saying that that's a good thing, to not care about what people are saying. Because if people tell you something, it's for a reason or because they feel that they are going through something. So usually it is when people give you their opinion, it's something that they're dealing with. Pretty much, and they're just reflecting on you what they've gone through or what they are going through still. So okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to play the music. What I liked that you said before was preparedness. There you go. So yeah, that's one way to overcome insecurities, by being prepared. The more you practice, the more you do it, the more secure you become. And I prove that to myself every day as I go into these lives. I'm not always super prepared when I go into them, but as I go, I'm gaining confidence because I've been doing this every day for the past 3 weeks. Hey Memo, welcome to the live. Naruto 1285. But yeah, so that was Derek that said, what I like about what you said before is being prepared. Naruto said it also can be they're trying to help you with something. Yeah, so if someone gives you an advice that is nice, someone to give you an advice and try to help you. But if you feel insecure about what they're saying is, something that you've been probably struggling with, and, they say the trauma might be still in you, so you haven't improved on that aspect. But going back to the preparedness part, I do feel like the more prepared you are in a situation, the more confident and the more comfortable you become. That's why they have, if you're an actor, you can't just show up to the day of the show or the day of the shooting and pretend like you're going to know all the lines if you didn't practice. So the more you practice, the more ready, the more confident you can become. And that's one thing that I struggle with for a long time, being comfortable, being confident, and showing my work to people, to the point of selling my work, getting hired. I was not confident at all. And there's times that I relapse, that I go back, and like yesterday, I didn't feel super confident about talking about fasting. I didn't feel confident about what I was going to do. So it didn't go so well. But today, because I already practiced earlier and we spoke about insecurity, it gave me a little heads up, so for this part, I already spoke about it before, so it won't be super uncomfortable and super difficult to speak about it again. And I wanted to add that it took me a long time for me to sell shirts. So I'm wearing one of my shirts, Never Stop Learning for You shirt. You can find it in my website, artclstudios.com/shop, or you can just go into my Instagram link and go to the shop button there. And I'm proud to show you guys that I received my shirts today. So these are some shirts, and this thing went away. Why is that? No one knows. Let's see. The webcam. Okay, so it says retry. Just for the sake of it, I'm just gonna have the screen come back, and it should be back to normal. There we go. Yeah, so I just got my own shirts today. I ordered them a little while ago. So I got this one. I'm gonna turn the screen around so you guys can see on Instagram. So, but it took me a long time to finally say, hey, I can sell my drawings in shirts. So this is one of them, El Diablo Cojuelo, and which is the same painting I have on this side. You guys can see on YouTube. But it took me a long time to say, hey, I can sell my work on shirts. This is one that I'm super proud of. El Campesino with the rooster. So yeah, you can find those on my website. And last but not least, I got El Tamborero, which is something that these are folkloric. This is from a series that I made called Warriors of My Country. The drummer is mad dope. Thank you. Yeah, that has been the one that people have bought the most so far. A couple of people have bought it, and I appreciate it. So thank you guys. But it took me a long time to be confident enough to say I can sell my work. I can put my work on shirts. And thanks to my sister-in-law and my wife, for always pushing me and supporting me and saying, hey, why aren't you doing it? Why aren't you doing it? And to be honest, it was just like I didn't think anybody would buy it, but they would constantly say, how would anybody buy your shirts if you don't have them out, if no one sees them? So that's a big deal, if hey Maria, welcome to the live. So if you don't showcase what you can do for people, how can anyone know what you do? If you don't showcase what products you have, how can anyone buy it? So it literally took me this year, 2020, to pretty much start selling my shirts, and that's those pieces I've done maybe like a year ago, and I have a bunch of other things that I would love to put on sale. If you guys see something on my Instagram that you guys like, just reach out to me and tell me, you should put this one or something, because still I don't know, like I didn't want to sell shirts, but it turns out that that's something that people want, so it took me a long time, but finally I decided to do it, and it had just begun. It has just begun. Soon enough, this art piece on the wall right here, this one right here for people on YouTube, will be also on shirts. So it's just something that I decided to do because it can make some extra cash, and I don't have to worry so much about money, because I just want to make things. I don't want to have to worry about where is money coming from. Just want to draw and make art. So if that's one less thing I have to worry about, I can produce more work and be a little happier. Naruto 1285 says, and sometimes you just gotta take a chance, because you never know. Exactly. And that's the biggest fear for us, is to let go, because we don't know what's on the other side. Sometimes letting go and taking that leap of faith, it's the most scariest thing. And it's not like you're gonna die if you say, hey, I'm gonna apply for this job. It's not gonna, but the rejection is something that sometimes we're afraid of. That rejection may only take a couple of days for you to get over it. Maybe not. But it's something that you can constantly, improve on. But they say that there's two. What was it? There is what was it? Let me see. I can't remember now. But pretty much that when you take a chance, there's only two options. There's a no and there's a yes, right? There is maybe a painful no, but a very successful yes. So somebody said something, I can't remember pretty much at this point, but it was along the lines of that, where after taking the chance, that success may lead to something greater. Just because you were not afraid. But if you don't even try, you're missing out on something that you don't know. There's an amazing possibility for you on the other side. And if that works, that may lead to something else. And from there on, like the whole thing just continues snowballing. And you should give chances to yourself. You give chances to other people. Sometimes we promote other people more than we promote ourselves because we're told that we gotta be meek and we gotta be kind and we gotta be, put others before ourselves. And I understand that, but if you don't have, what do they say in the airplane? Put on your air mask first and then you put the other one. And you put somebody and then you can help the others. That's how I think of life pretty much. If you can't, there's an African saying that says, beware of the naked man that offers you a shirt. So if there's someone naked coming to you and saying, hey, you need a shirt, here's a shirt for you. Just double think about why is the naked man giving me something that if he needs it, how can you offer something that you don't have? So be sure that you take care of yourself, because if you're not in good shape, you can't help no one else. You can't help carrying anybody. So yeah, the other thing that I think about a lot when I think about insecurities is the fact that our society kind of makes us insecure because we always told that we're not enough, or we got to look a certain way, or we got to fit a certain look, or we got to fit this cookie cutout, and if you don't fit it, then you're not successful. Well, success doesn't always have to be about money. You can have a successful day every day. You can plan something, and if that works, it is a success. And that insecurity would go away little by little the more you achieve that. So
call Geico and see.
When we're trying something new, of course we will make mistakes in the beginning, but don't let that stop you. Like everything new always hurts. There's always headaches. There's always things to figure out. There's a bunch of mistakes you'll make. But if you let those mistakes tone you down, it's kind of on you that at that point, because you're letting something outside of you win, and if you get fooled by that, then joke's on you. Now I would have said you should give him braids or something. Dreadlocks. So I'm turning him into Bad Bunny. I want to see. Let me see. If I did, I would have gone with locks. Yeah, I don't know why. I would have gone with locks. Let me see. Bad Bunny. He has a weird haircut all the time. I might give him. Let me see. And thank you again to those coming into the live, coming and leaving, and those sticking around. I appreciate you guys sticking around as well. This is, again, something that I'm trying to get me back into drawing, getting some things done, and sharing my story, sharing some things that I can take off my chest, and while I'm doing it, also like try to help someone out, instruct in whatever I can, and feel free to ask questions. Feel free to ask questions. All right, so let's see, Bad Bunny outfit. So we're gonna give Bugs Bunny some cool clothes. What's an iconic look? Alright, so I'm just gonna go with some baggy stuff. Matter of fact, we're gonna go with this leather jacket and fitted stuff. And the shades, yep, where is the thing? Okay, here we go. The shades, the pink shades. Alright, so that's not super clear, but here we go. Alright, so let's see, we're back on. There we go. And like the Mickey that I did, probably not finished it all on the lives, but who knows? Let's see what happens. Let me take off his hair, and there we go. But yeah, so the biggest thing as we're insecure is just like we're afraid of being embarrassed. We're afraid of like being laughed at. But if you get past that, everything just becomes a little bit easier. If you embarrass yourself before anyone can embarrass you, or you laugh with people when you're embarrassed, that's a way to beat insecurity. So don't let the fear of embarrassment stop you from living. Don't let the fear of someone laughing at you, or someone just making fun of you stop you from living your life. Because now the world is super sensitive too, we have stopped doing a lot of things, and we shouldn't. Things should be, let me see, let me do some funky eyebrows, because I want to design these things sort of like in my style. Keep it something that looks like I made. So I'll keep some attributes that I usually add to the drawings, which are eyebrows and the eyes, pretty much will say. But I don't have a super unique style. Alright, here we go. And I'll just do the silhouette, and then I'll get back to designing his haircut. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this idea of turning Bugs Bunny into Bad Bunny. And let me know what insecurities you guys have overcome and how you've overcome them. Because, it's not easy to always be confident. One day you might have an up, the other day you might have a down. Hey Jay, Mr. Subconscious Celebrity, welcome to the live. So you don't always will feel like yourself, But just know that everything is temporary. Like my boy Macho be saying, everything is temporary. So just know that tomorrow you have another day. J Compress, welcome to the live. Tomorrow will be another day and you can restart. And that's the beauty of days finishing, because you can say, ugh, yesterday was horrible, but today has been better. Alright, so let's see. Let me get back to the sketch. You're putting another layer and maybe a blue pencil. And like I mentioned in the other video, my favorite part of making these drawings is the sketch part. Because this is where all the ideas come in. All the ideas will flow, and I have less fear of making mistakes because I can erase. And it's funny, right? So even though this thing is digital, I struggle with making lines and committing to the line sometimes. And it's a little ridiculous because I can just hit undo, which is just a button, like I'm just undoing right now. But still, it feels heavy, you know, to have to redo something. So there will be times that I'll just get stuck in the first line and not continue, or erase a million times without getting those first lines in. But again, all those lines and all those mistakes are just sign of getting prepared. Because the next time I've learned something that I didn't know before. Alright, let's make the pants a little high water. And they're skinny pants, skinny jeans. So here we go. And you know, something as easy as just having that skeleton under. Double O Mind Blow, welcome to the live. We're talking about insecurities. Something as easy as just having these sketch lines over it, like 6-7 lines, gives me another feel already. Gives you another feel for the drawing and everything. Let me add the glasses. Usually he has these triangular. Where is the drawing? Oh, I see. So I switched there. There we go. Let me see if the this pencil might work better. Alright, so we're turning Bugs Bunny into Bad Bunny. For those joining us now. And Bad Bunny is also a person that's very secure about everything he does. So that's kind of fitting too. You know, like sort of like, why be insecure when the power is inside of you? You know, you have the power. You can make the confidence. You can be whatever you want. So choose to be positive, to be confident, to be a badass. You know, don't let anyone tell you that you can't. And it's as simple as that. Yo, is it mad different doing that on paper, or does it translate easy? Derek's asking if it's different doing it on paper, or is it the same as paper? It takes a little while to get used to. I went from so now I'm using a screen. As you can see here, I'm using the screen. But before that, I was using a Wacom tablet that is more like this. Whoops. Yeah, that is more like this, which I couldn't look at it's pretty much the screen is this surface, and it would translate to the screen. So I was using that for a little while, and that was fun, but it also took a while to get used to. But it's definitely not the same, you know. I try to draw still on paper, and when I don't draw on paper, I miss it. So I always have a sketchbook lying around. As you can see, my sketchbook is always near me, and Geo Pizza NYC, welcome. So I always have my sketchbook on me, and I'm always like doodling around. These are some sketches that I've never shown anybody, so you guys are first one to see them. Yeah, and I love drawing with like pen. I don't like drawing with pencil that much because it becomes a little messy. But the computer does have this. It's very plasticky, so that plasticky feeling I don't really enjoy that much. But again, it only takes some time to get used to. And I also used to put paper on top of the other tablet just to mimic the texture of paper. And as you see, if you see like this brush that I was using mimics a pencil somewhat, but it does not feel like a pencil at all. All right, where were we? Let me get to the sneakers and probably get those in a little later. But yeah, and the beauty about human beings is that we can get used to things. You know, if we resist the change, then we have a hard time accepting new things. But if you accept that things we're willing to change and things are bound to change sooner or later, life will get easier. You know, this whole quarantine thing was something that hit all of us, and it's not affecting only one country, it's affecting the world. But those who have adapted to the changes are suffering a little less than those who are fighting, with the change, because fortunately there's not much we can do at this point. But stay respecting people's space, social distancing. But most importantly, we should always be positive that things would come out, that things would turn out the way they're supposed to, and that things would turn out for the best of everyone. Because if we start worrying things that have not happened, we're already suffering something in the future, and it doesn't exist. So we create the madness, we create the confusion, we create the chaos if we act off of fear, and if we act from our insecurities. So don't be too quick to jump into conclusions. Be in the moment. That's another thing. That's another way of beating your insecurities and being more of yourself. So it used to happen to me that when I used to go to parties, and I consider myself a good dancer and I love dancing, but every time I went to a party, I was super insecure, and I would sit down and I would be super impatient and anxiety. Yep. So anxiety gets the best of us too. But whenever I went to parties, I would always sit and just stare at everybody dancing. And even though people told me that I'm a good dancer, and I've been to many parties before, I will still feel insecure. I will still feel like I'm not gonna be good enough. I'm gonna make a mistake. And this is not even a show. This is just dancing in a party. But we can be really hard on ourselves sometimes and prevent us from letting our light shine. We prevent ourselves from achieving happiness, but all because we're afraid to risk something. If you don't risk, you can't gain anything, and that's pretty much the equal exchange of life. If you don't give, you won't receive. So be a little more giving and be a little more kind to yourself, because that's all you have. It's yourself, first of all. If you're not kind to you, then you can't. It'll be hard for you to be kind to others. Because sometimes we're fake kind to people, and that's the worst kind of kind you could be. Because then you're gonna go home and hate your life, hate yourself for saying, "Oh man, why did I say yes to that? Or why did I decide to go there if I didn't want to do it?" So another way of releasing that insecurity is by being honest. You know, just be honest to yourself and say, is that real, or is that just my imagination? You know, and many times, more than not, it is all in your mind, and you've created a boogeyman that doesn't really exist. All right, so let's see. So right now we have sort of the clothes. We have the pants, the glasses. Let me see if I can look at his haircuts. And like I said, this drawing won't be finished here. I am recording all the process of all my drawings, so word rationalization. Yep. So it's, man, we kill our mind sometimes. Okay, let's see. What if I give him? Yeah, let me give him this. This hairstyle. Because I can play around with the little furs on his hair. Let's see. We don't speak. Fast Muffler, welcome to the live. So yeah, once again, we're talking about insecurities and how do we improve our mind, our state of being. Because when you're secure is the more the time that you'll be more effective, and when you're confident, you can achieve more. There's times that I've been asked to do certain things and I get the job more because of my confidence. And even if I've never done the thing before, but because I'm a hard worker and I figure things out, I'm a problem solver. I end up figuring it out, but most times it's just me being confident that I've done something similar or something along the lines that lead me to be able to get more jobs. But I remember this one time I went to a job interview and I was bullshitting my way through the whole shebang. Oh yeah, let me give him no, then you can't see his mouth. Well, let's see. And I went into the interview super confident, and I was asking the right questions, and I got the job, even though I had never done that thing before. But they believed in me, they believed in my confidence, and I delivered. And that was the most important part, because if I'm just going in and bullshitting my way through an interview, but I don't deliver at the end of the day, then that sucks. You know. Let's see. Okay. But yeah, confidence, but backing up your confidence is as important, or even more important than just showing up, you know. Making sure you have the right tools and that you can deliver. Alright, let's see. So he has a bald spot. And he has the lines. By the way, guys, I don't know if you guys saw that I was working on a series before. It's called Dragon Ball Z, and I've made a couple of pieces about Dominican Dembow artists turned into Dragon Ball Z characters. So I'll be coming back to doing those series, and I most likely will do them live so you guys can see some of my process and how I work, how I've been working on them. And that would happen once I reach 2,000 followers. So if you want to see those come back, just go ahead and send my profile and send it to people that you may like what I do. So that way it'll give me a motivation to continue that series. But as you can see, my mind is always thinking and making things happen. Rationalization to beat the insecurity. That's a good point. Sajo Main RD, welcome to the live. Flow, hey you. Welcome. So we have 42 minutes in the live, and we're getting there. But yeah, guys, so if you want me to continue to do those characters, go ahead and send my profile to people that you think may be interested in it. That way I can continue doing those characters. And as you can see, I am just getting a bunch of ideas as I go. So I didn't even plan to make this Bugs Bunny into Bad Bunny. I was just gonna draw Bugs Bunny in my style, or whatever seemed to be my style. But I love mixing characters because once I mix things, it just creates a whole new piece. And I've had some fun making these pieces. Let's see if I make. No, I'm not gonna give him that thing because then it's not gonna be real because his ears are all the way up here. Alright, so Anda and Ad 8 Bowl, welcome to the live. And so it's funny, right, that Bugs Bunny and Bad Bunny, they're very confident. No matter what kind of trouble they're in, they find a way out. They find a way to figure things out. And it's just relate the way the world works. These things will happen by accident. And whenever I make characters, I always like them to be familiar to one another. Sort of things that make sense. And I will also make a video explaining why I chose, in the Dragon Ball Z series, why I chose the characters that I chose for those singers or artists. Because I'm not just randomly choosing them because they look like them, but it's more their personality. The way that the personality is and how they pretty much fit together. And if you have suggestions for who do you want to see in that series, also let me know. Alright. So I'm just gonna move on now to the inking process a little bit. And because it's not, again, because it's on the stream, it will be jittery, jaggedy G. Alright, so here we go. I'll leave the glasses for last. It's actually pretty smooth. Not as jittery and slow as I thought. And when I make a mistake, I just hit undo. By using the button here, I programmed my pen to be the undo button. If you're wondering why it's disappearing out of nowhere. Again, I appreciate those coming in, those who came in the live. It's been a lot of fun. And these live, I don't know if I'll continue them after the quarantine is done, but I definitely wish to maybe do it once a week when that's up. But as of now, I have been enjoying them, and I've learned a lot from making these live. I've learned how to draw and talk, which for a lot of artists is something that's hard to do. And doing multiple things at once was something that I was really bad at. Like answering the phone or talking on the phone and designing something when I was working at a print shop was something that I struggled so much with. But doing these things, it has gave me a new skill. And I'm all about learning new things, learning new skills. Never stop learning for you. Never stop learning for you, as I always say. Chito, mi pana, bienvenido al en vivo. Estamos hablando de la inseguridad y dibujando a Bugs Bunny como Bad Bunny. Un cambio interesante para el personaje. Que los dos, y yo le elegí a Bugs Bunny porque Bugs Bunny es un personaje bien seguro. He's always very secure of himself. And then to add to that, to add like the difficulty level, I added Bad Bunny, which is also a super confident artist. And, you know, it just seems to go hand in hand. Might fix his eyes later on, but as of now, I'm just gonna continue. And let's see his collar. Oh, I see. So the jacket has something like. All right. Let me know what you guys think about mixing Bugs Bunny and Bad Bunny as a challenge. So, in the previous post that you guys just saw today, I created Mickey as a boxer. Not any specific boxer, just trying to change the way he looks. But this one I decided to, gave myself another challenge. And I'm really enjoying this. This might turn into a new series, but I don't want to commit yet. The moment I say this is what it is, then I'm held accountable for not delivering. And yeah, so that's something that I consistency with YouTube, which is one of the platforms that I always wanted to be part of, and I'm struggling right now. Well, I'm thriving right now, but last year I said I was gonna make a bunch of videos, and I didn't make as much as I thought I would, but definitely something that I want to continue doing. So you guys can help me by subscribing to it. So it'll be motivation to know that people are watching. Make sure you leave me a comment to know that you watched the video and let me know what you think. That way I'm more motivated to continue these videos. And to subscribe, if you're on Instagram, just go to my link, the link in my bio, and go ahead and subscribe. Also, feel free to check out my shop where you can buy shirts with my design on it. You can check out some other things I've lasted way too long to post because of being insecure. But now insecurities out the windows. Out the windows because the insecurities are multiple. And yeah. It took me way too long to post some of my work on shirts. Let me know if you want to see these drawings on shirts. That's always something that I can do, but these I'm doing pretty much for fun. And we can call this Transformation Tuesday. So if I commit to making these on Tuesdays, I'll be transforming a character and making them into a a blend. So mixing Bad Bunny and Bugs Bunny is Transformation Tuesday, we can say. Although, like I said, I don't want to put anything on solid, put anything on stone right now, because it's just the beginning and I get overhyped sometimes and end up under delivering at times. But what do you guys think about Transformation Tuesdays? So Tuesday, picking two characters and blending them together. So far, this is looking pretty good. And let me show you guys what it looks like without the blue and the sketch. Let me group these two things. Group. There we go. So the cleanup is looking okay. Not super neat, but something to be working forward. Alright, let's take away those things. And the tail. TT, hey. Hey Lupo, welcome to the live. So we are speaking insecurity. And yeah, turning Bugs Bunny into Bad Bunny. Transformation Tuesdays in this drawing and talking. So that's something that I do a lot. I just make up a bunch of acronyms and names. And I'll show you guys real quick a schedule that I made a while back that I thought I was going to be following every day. But that's why I don't commit to things, because it's hard, because I always shoot for the moon. So that's the schedule that I created for myself, and I've been following it loosely, but I don't want to commit too much. Let me show you guys on YouTube. Lupo, I'll pick up your call right now. And yeah, so this is the schedule that I created, but again, I follow it loosely, like Motion Mondays and things like that. Let me call you back, Lupo. But yeah, it's, don't want to overcommit. Let's see, a Lupo left. All right, so it's always fun to mix things, because in reality nothing is new. It's always a mixture of things. The TV is a mixture of the radio and posters or pictures. So they created the TV by moving pictures. And I always think about things like that, like if you could make anything, what would you make, or what would you improve in life? And if you have ideas like that, hit me up on the DMs and we can talk about how to solve the world. And I'm very ambitious when it comes to projects. When I was in school, I would always pick the hardest thing to do. And sometimes I flunked, like it went really bad for me, but sometimes it went really well. But I always love a challenge. So if you guys have things in mind that you guys want to make, hit me up and let's talk about it. I'm not promising that we will make it, but we can talk about it. It's always fun to let the imagination fly. All right, so we got the glove. All right, let's see. There we go, we're back. Doesn't make any sound, so that's why I missed it earlier too. I was unable to join. Why is that? Let's see. Sorry, Lupo, I've missed your call 2 times, but I don't get any notifications. And this thing stopped sharing my screen. What is that? Okay. Let's see. Retry. So I believe the live will be over in 3 more minutes. So again, I appreciate all those come in, all those who joined. Thank you so much for being part of this live, drawing and talking as we call it. We're live every day, well, Monday through Friday, from 10:30 to 11:30. Drawing and talking. It is where we come to talk and draw. I share my stories, experiences. You guys can join at any time with the call, the Instagram, and you can join in, give your opinion. It is a pleasure for me, but I've missed so many calls from Lupo today. Hey, Mighty Z, welcome to Drawing and Talking with Artclstudios. Mr. Alex. So we're drawing Bad Bunny as Bugs Bunny because I think he's one of the most confident characters in all cartoons, and Bad Bunny is the most confident artist that I've seen. Alright, so the sneakers I'll leave for later. What else can I finish on? Let me just finish the hand. So yeah, we're live every day, Monday through Friday, 10:30 to 11:30. It is 11:30, but I'm just gonna wait for Instagram to kick me out and call it a night. It's been a lot of fun tonight creating this simple drawing, because I just feel like I don't have to think too much to make these because everything is there. And a tip for artists and people creating anything, always use references, whether you're writing something, so you do both at the same time. YouTube, yeah. So I've gotten better at that. Now I record my videos and put them up on YouTube at the same time. So it's a little hard, but I've learned to do it, and it's right now it's somewhat manageable. So I have 15 seconds left on the live. So again, I appreciate all those who join in. Thank you so much. And Alex, by the way, let me know if we can schedule a call sometime soon. All right, everybody on Instagram, thank you for tuning in. Peace out. All right. So the Instagram live has ended. Now, let me just do a couple of more things here. And all these videos that I've done for YouTube, they're not fully done, but I will compile the videos that I've finished already. Like the Mickey one, I just finished today, and I will be compiling it and putting it like a 6-minute video instead of an hour streams or hours of streaming, so you guys will have an easier time digesting that. And I have a lot of videos to upload, just haven't taken out the time for them. But this has been a lot of fun, and finally I figured out how to stream on both Instagram and YouTube at the same time. Took a lot of mistakes, a lot of bad audio, but finally figured it out. So if I was insecure about making these videos, I would not. If my insecurities would have been the winner of the battle, I would have not learned anything, and I would have not have this running. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. As I always say, never stop learning for you, because when you learn, you can teach others. And this is the time I say sayonara, au revoir, goodbye, adios, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen. There's a chance your local Geico agent has the same hyper-specific taste. The commercials kicked in. And yeah, catch you guys mañana, like one of the YouTubers say. Catch you guys tomorrow at the same time, 10:30 to 11:30. Peace out. Artclstudios out. Don't forget to check out my store. Don't forget to buy my products online. And peace. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on social media. And if you like the video, click the like button. If you want to see more videos, click the video in the middle. And don't forget, never stop learning for you.